Welcome to day 8 of the Tradeify Grand Cup. Today, 710 traders will be eliminated and only the top 1,659 will survive. Where am I in regarding of these traders? I'm on the spot 496 right now. I'm going to tell you guys that I was feeling the pressure today. I'm tired. I think it's the first time in my life that I have been present 8 days in a row on the charts. I have very high discipline. So normally I just trade 2 to 3 days a week. Try to take advantage of the days with the most uh, movements. But this week I pushed myself to trade every single day. And it has been really good. It has polished my edge because especially at the start I was trading without fear and pressure, but now has started to pay a toll. I'm tired. I'm starting to trade more towards making the profit to get to the top 200, and that has not paid off as I would have liked. Let's take a look at the top 20. We have seen one sniper blow $61,000 in just one day. I've made the maths of how many trades you need to take to blow an account with 50K, and it's almost 12 trades with the 30-point stop loss on NQ and being wrong 12 times or 13 times in a row. So it's more difficult to blow an account than to manage to get at least another 3K of profit. But you see that this competition has started to take a toll on some of these traders, and you see how many of them are not using risk management, but instead they are just full porting their accounts. In the case of the bottom 200, we have seen how 5 traders blew their account also today. Traders that could have their account almost guaranteed if they trade an edge, and they just made another 1 or 2K. As you see, the bottom on day 8 is still almost 15K, and some of these traders have or had the 15K. What is the bottom for the $300 price for the top 201 to 200 and our 400? The bottom is at 5.796K. I was really close to that amount earlier today, and as you see, it wasn't a mistake from not having an edge. I catch this excellent setup that I call the liquidity trap. In this case, normally I take a London liquidity trap, but this one was an Asia liquidity trap, where liquidity is taken, and in the first pullback that makes a rejection candle, I'm just going against it because I know that most ICT traders will be looking to enter at this price. So my target was 140 points, where it was my mistake. I could scalp only 100 points or even 80 points only, knowing that most of the time price tends to chop when it finds a higher time frame. In this case, this was a 15-minute fair value gap. Price starts to chop even when the fair value gap doesn't hold. Like, it has certain reaction. Now, as you see, normally I trade a setup that is called the barbed wire setup, and this is when the 15-minute chart gets to a fair value gap or certain level, and it just makes a kind of indecision candle or just a close that is not solid, like this one, like this Marabuso candle. I'm expecting most of the time that the highs are going to be taken like it did here. And it's really good because also it's a really sharp fair value gap that gets taken. So once I have confirmation, I don't enter directly on the fair value gap. I can take the stop order here. So if I have taken the 80 points in here and the other 80 points in here, I will have catch 160 points instead of chasing 140 in one go, knowing that we have liquidity below. So I missed this entry. This is a data entry because I end up missing it. I didn't take the trade because it didn't close immediately here. Even when I had these doji candles, I could set a stop order, and in case that the trade starts to pull back immediately, I could close earlier here and reduce the risk. It was a good trade, but I was like paralyzed. I was tired already. Then I took this trade that was a good it was a good breakout trade if I didn't had a fair value gap here. Took this trade, took the full loss. I was now a bit angry. I took a bit of time off. I was getting frustrated that with these trades, guys, these trades will start securing me a spot on the top 200. Taking into account also the trades that I missed yesterday, Tuesday, and on Monday, I missed the opportunity to make a little bit more of money. In these competitions, if you are going to be using risk management well, you can pass or make your goals, but you need to be perfect with your execution, and I haven't been perfect. I have been close to perfect some days, but I haven't been perfect. The next trade, I'm going to say that it was not the best one in terms of not having maybe liquidity on it. I was chasing the liquidation of these fair value gaps in here. Didn't have a barbed wire setup, but price, like most of the time, is just 40 points. The slippage put me on 39.75. I didn't want it to like have a full loss in here. And also, one thing is that I didn't have a full loss in this one. I got a bit of profits in this first trade, but this frustrated me a lot because I didn't have my full win in here. And I had a full loss, unnecessary loss in here. And then I just took a small loss on this trade that was a quarter of a point from triggering my TP. Another mistake that I made is that when you take a look at the micros for price action in here, you see how the barbed wire trades work like a charm. I have, after taking the fair value gap, you're expecting price to chop the 15-minute chart. I have the long setup here that I should have entered instead of the short. I have when the candle got over the previous high and tested the highs here that in ES it broke it up. I have a chance to take another one here. Then price go below the 15-minute candle on the chop here for another 80 points. It was late. It was the last trade that I could have taken. I don't remember if I was on the charts and I hesitated to send the limit because it would have given me a second opportunity in here, but I just missed this trade. So if I take off the only invalid trade that I had, that was this one, I have the opportunity yesterday of more of 340 points, just if I was perfect with my execution. And these are corrections that I want to make for tomorrow, day 9. If I don't make perfect execution on day 9, I have my risk already. It's 1.5k for tomorrow. If I don't manage to get to the if I manage to get to the 1.5k in losses, I'm going to completely avoid trading on Friday because I also have a funded account. Currently is 140 loss with the trades from today. At one point it was $500 up today when the trade that I took here that I didn't take profits. Learning my lessons, but I'm really proud of my performance because out of 16k traders, I have been in the top 500. And also I'm really proud of having perfected my edge. I have mastered NQ in a way that I have never thought I would have been able to do so, even navigating tight ranges with this strategy. So it has been really, really cool, this trading during the past weeks. And I'm going to take a bit of time off tomorrow, God willing, if on Friday, God willing, if I don't make it on Thursday. Also, I will be taking off on next Monday, as I normally don't trade Mondays. I will go to my usual routine of trading just Thursdays, Tuesday to Thursdays, and taking advantage of the best move that the markets can offer to me. That will be my review for date 8, midweek on the elimination week. Happy trading, trade safe. See you later.